So good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to share with you the status of the EHP in the Philippines. My sound is okay,
Yes, it's okay.
Ed?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so as an outline, I am going to provide some background about the production data on shrimp in the Philippines and also some export and import data. And because shrimp is one of the export commodity of the Philippines, and provide overview of the disease surveillance and reporting system and the status of EHP surveillance being conducted by the BFAR and some management practices by the hatcheries and farm for the grow out. So for the shrimp production, for the Philippines, 50% of the total fisheries production comes from the aquaculture sector. And from this, shrimp is one of those major species being produced. And locally, we have Pineus monodon. As you can see, it is about more than 50% of the production we have. And we have the Pineus baname. This is an imported species, and about 28% of it is contributed by the baname. And we also have other species, so these are the locals, and these are not included in the aquaculture or species being cultured, and we call it endeavor shrimp species. So this is also data on the export of shrimp. As you can see, we have the Baname and Monodon being exported, and Baname being exotic in the Philippines is we have more exports according to our data. And for the shrimp imports, we also import shrimps in the form of fresh, chilled, and frozen, and also live for the broodstock for the hatcheries for the Pineus vaname. So for the disease surveillance, it's the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources that leads in the implementation of surveillance for diseases of aquatic animals. And we have the central office and in coordination with our regional offices. And as you can see in the slide, we have coordination also with the Fisheries Inspection and Quarantine Division, both at the central and regional offices for the regulation or transboundary movement of aquatic animals. And that includes live shrimp and other fish species. And we are also in coordination with the local government units. And also, we are also coordinating with the SIFDEC regarding detection of aquatic animal diseases. And we have also other recognized private laboratories, like for example in Bacolod, that is a major shrimp producing area, wherein they have a cooperative that provides services for aquatic animal disease or health management monitoring in the area. Next slide. So for the coordination at the central and regional offices, just to provide you the specific functions of each, and for the central laboratory wherein I belong, so we develop national plans and programs for fisheries laboratories in compliance to international standards. And the central laboratory also serves as the national reference lab for all the regional laboratories. And this is in support to sanitary, food safety, and quality of fish and fishery products. And we also provide the national status of the country in terms of usage of veterinary drugs and chemicals, diseases, and the safety of fishery products. And regional laboratories, they serve as our arm in the implementation of national programs throughout the country. And they implement national plans and programs uh, at the regional level, so in their areas of jurisdictions. They support the regulatory requirements and food safety and regulatory assurances, and that includes transboundary movement requirements. And they are the ones monitoring the usage of drugs and chemicals, and also conducts disease surveillances in the region, and also provide services for ensuring safety of fishery products. So this is the location of the central and BIFAR regional offices. All of these, the red one is the central laboratory that is located in Manila, and we have 16 regions, and all of these regions have fish health laboratories. So they provide services for aquatic animal disease detection. They also provide technical assistance in case of disease outbreaks. And they are the ones reporting to the central office on the status of implementation of programs related to aquatic animal health. And this is the disease surveillance reporting system we have. So we have three levels: the source of information, the laboratory that provides the services and conducts the testing, and also reporting. And then for the source of information, we have the at the farm level, we have the hatchery operators, we have the grow out farms, exporters also, local government units, and provincial fisheries offices, and some for the regulatory requirements, including farm registration and hatchery accreditation, in which most of these requirements are being coordinated at the ground level. And for the laboratory, we have the Central Fish Health Lab. And as a recognized laboratories, we have the CFDEC, and they also do trainings for our laboratory staff in terms of diagnostic techniques and generally aquatic animal health management. And we are also in coordination with the Negros Prawn Producers Cooperative. So this is the only non-government laboratory that provides services to the aquaculture sector in the Visayas region, wherein the major species they cater on is shrimp. And also we have the regional fish health officers. So most of the activities are being conducted by the regional fish health officers. As to reporting, it is the Fisheries Inspection and Quarantine Division, together with the regional counterparts, that collate all data regarding the status of diseases provided by the laboratory. And it is reported to NACA as well as the OIE. So for the diseases that are included, or the list of diseases that are included in the surveillance program of BFAR, we have several, including for finfish, but for this purpose, we just put all the diseases for the shrimp. And as you can see, based on the list, 4 or 5 diseases listed either at the regional level or the OIE are present in the country. That includes white spot disease, IHHNV, AFEND, and that includes EHP, and also monodon baculovirus infection, which is still present. For the surveillance system, we have passive and active. Passive, that means these are the reports of outbreaks or diseases from our stakeholders. And for the active surveillance, we have targeted schedule of surveillance and monitoring at the regional level. So they have scheduled within the whole year, and also the diseases that they are targeted to sample and analyze. And for the detection method, for the EHP, most of our regional laboratories that includes central lab implements the method for EHP detection using wet mount and also IIPCR, conventional PCR, and real-time PCR. And we are using the commercial kits available. So for the result of the surveillance of EHP, the first reported case of EHP in the Philippines is in 2016 during the month of June, and it was detected in the first detection was in Cebu City, Cebu province, and detection follows in the months succeeding to that, and that includes, as you can see, the region 3. This is the region 3, and we have also region 3, it's Zambales region. And then for region 4A, we have the Batangas area and Quezon. And 4B, we have Oriental Mindoro. And then we have the Cebu, still Cebu City, have detections. And then region 8 in Leyte. And then we have region 13 also, and that is part of Mindanao in Agusan del Norte. And about 41 out of 588 ponds were detected positive for EHP for 2016, which is about 7%. For in 2017, the result of our surveillance already made some detection in other regions, such as Region 1. That is the Region 1 in Pangasinan. That is adjacent to Zambales, which has the occurrence in 2016. And also Region 4A in still they have detection the following year. And then that includes Quezon, Rizal, and Batangas. And additional for the 4B in Palawan. So this one, in 2017, there are detection. And then also in Region 5 in Camarines Norte. So this is additional area with positive sample in 2017. And similarly, Cebu or Region 7 and Region 8 has detection, and including Region 13. And for the Region 13, additional province was detected, which is with detection, which is Surigao del Norte. So in 2017, surveillance activities conducted by the central and regional laboratories had a total of 1,137 ponds. And out of that is 62 were positive or detected with EHP, which is about 5%. And in 2018, we have again additional regions with positive detection, which is the Region 2 and in Cagayan. And as usual, regions 3, 4A, and 4B, regions 5, and this time region 6 in Iloilo were added into the map with positive detection of EHP. And also in region 7, additional one, on the previous year, we only detect in Cebu, but this time in 2018, it was detected in Bohol, and that is another island of the region 7. And also additional region, with detection in 2018 is Region 10, which is Misamis Occidental. And also additional region in 2018, which is Region 12, the Sarangani and General Santos City. And in this year, we have 934 ponds, and out of that, 77 were detected positive for EHP, which is about 8% of the total sample for 2018. So for 2019, so similar regions were some of the regions detected on the previous years were also detected in regions 2, regions 3, 4B, region 5, 6. In region 6, it is the Negros Occidental that were detected for this time. And also Cebu, and then Misamis Oriental in region 13. Misamis Oriental is region 10, and region 13 in Agusan del Norte, which is a total of about 1,019 ponds, wherein 112 were detected positive for EHP, constitutes about 11% of the total number of samples positive. So for 2020, some of the regions were able to conduct surveillance. We have Cagayan, and then we have Region 3. Additional is Bulacan area. And then, excuse me, I will just drink water. Okay. So in 2020, also Mindoro, Oriental Mindoro, had some detection, and also in Davao. So this is the first time we have detection of EHP in Region 11. So that's Davao Oriental, Davao City, and Davao del Sur, and also the Region 12. So these are parts of Mindanao. So in 2020, we were able to have 344 ponds, and out of that, 12 were detected positive. So with that little sample, so we have expected that also lower infection rate or detection rate at 3%. For EHP occurrences, we have the Banamay, and we have the Monodon, and we have detected it at all stages. So that includes fry, juvenile, and adult. And the experiences of the farmers, there are some co-infections. And for EHP, they are observed to be combined with IHH and B. There is no mortality on this as per reports. And for the EHP with WSSB, and sometimes often, there are experiences of high mortalities. So there are these are some of the clinical signs that are observed during farm visits of our regional fish health officers. First, for EHP cases, there is no distinctive gross clinical signs. The farmers usually experience slow growth rate and have broken sizes, as you can see in the photo. And then EHP cases has no mortalities reported. And in case of mortalities, usually it's cases of co-infection with other diseases. And for hatchery management practices, the hatchery operators implements biosecurity measures. So this includes some of those in photo, such as visible warning signs, practices with the foot bath, tire bath, and those that after the operation of the hatchery, they always look at their tanks whether there is need of repair to prevent entry of vectors and other pathogens. And they practice complete dry up of tanks, disinfection using hydrochloric acid, and disinfection of valves, tubes, and pipes or other farm implements using chlorine. And most of the hatcheries, uh, they do screening for disease at the hatchery level because this is needed by the farms where they are going to send their fry, because farms usually require health certification from the from the farm, and health certificate is being requested based on the analysis or results of analysis conducted by BFAR or other recognized laboratories, as I mentioned. Another management practices at the hatchery level. So since I mentioned a while ago that Baname or Pineus baname is an exotic and being imported into the Philippines, we require health certificate of the imported broodstock from the competent authority of the country of origin. And this is a protocol that disease screening of representative breeders. Once reach the country, we sample 1%, but not more than 10 pieces of samples from the broodstock to be screened for diseases for verification. And for the farm management practices, at the farm, they implement strict biosecurity measures. They implement it, and then like installation of nets and pens and other like the foot bath, tire bath at the farm, and they practice or they have a dedicated pond for sludge discharge before they release into the environment. And they practice total pond drying before stocking, and do disinfection using 2 hypochlorite solution prior to water conditioning. And many farms use probiotics for water conditioning. And before stocking, they usually, as I mentioned, because we are very particular with health certificate from the source or the hatchery, that it should be taken from the accredited hatcheries. And also the transport permit or local transport permit for purposes of traceability. And there are farms that use probiotics 5 days after stocking and when needed. And in case of detection of EHP, application of probiotic in feeds, usually, according to farmers, they double dose the probiotics application, and they harvest if it's already at the age of marketable, and disinfection of infected ponds using 30 to 40 ppm chlorine. So those are the management practices both at hatchery and farms in the Philippines uh, to be able to at least minimize infection of aquatic animal diseases, and that includes CHP. And for acknowledgements, we would like to thank NACA for giving us the opportunity to share the experiences we have in Philippines, and also we would like to thank all the regional fisheries laboratories and the fish health officers, because all the data that I presented comes from these regions, as well as the Fish Health Laboratory, National Fisheries Laboratory Division, for all the for collating all the data. Thank you very much.